Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is a game War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. And today we will check the next turn in my play-by-email match against Jochen. Jochen is the Allied commander and for me it is the Empire of Japan. We play the Scenario 1 one-day turn setup. So today will be the 14th March 1942. My forces grab in the South Philippines next base. And last turn was not the best outcome for me. I lost 2 of my fleet destroyers by a carrier strike at Port Blair. And my ground forces was not able to overcome the Allied forces in Palmbang and Darwin. But I create much more damage to the enemy forces, so it's a question of time that I maybe be successful. Now we check again night bombardment at Fette, but no real damage happened. And now Jochen go the risky way and send his cruisers for Port Blair. This will counter my choice. I sent my zeros inside the base just now, and luckily, I would say luckily or skillful, Jochen can destroy many of my zeros on the ground. I was worried about this, but he also damaged nearly every airplane is damaged now, damaged or destroyed, and he only have 4 heavy cruisers and 4 light cruisers. Normally light cruisers will not make much damage, but maybe against airplanes. And this has zeros, they don't have much hit points. So this night bombardment was very successful for Jochen, I must say. He completely disabled my entire zero wing on the ground, and the cargo ships are not so important here, but the zeros are important. But I had only the choice, ignore everything and only try to run. Would be maybe now in hindsight be the better choice. Simply don't take the battle, only let him bomb the port and it doesn't matter. But I was thinking to hopefully get this air battle over Port Blair and kill his pilots and airframes, and maybe losing zeros airframes but not my pilots. But he outmaneuvered me in this case. Now back to China bombardment. This unit is in open terrain. This is a cleared terrain hex, so I choose this. And I can create with this small Sonia air wing high damage. The rest is going for mountain or rough terrain, and you can see much less. These units are not moving, they're in combat mode, so again, clear terrain, something is moving, much easier to create heavy damage. Not much happened here. One of my submarines have a little flotation issue. now I try to attack in this base simply because I see units are moving, so I hope for higher casualties. Yeah, just so. And I also want to try to keep Jochen more guessing where I will move. Now we have this airstrike I was hoping will happen, but the problem is now my zeros are all damaged on the ground. And I keep my ships here in the believing that my zeros can defend the base, but now now also my ships are damaged. So double bad for me. Broken destroyed zeros and burning cargo ships. Nothing super critical, all can I mean nothing have really high value, let's say this. The cargo ships are standard cargo ships. But yeah. But if everything sounds terrible, then there is at least a lucky submarine commander, and he give a very skillful attack or 2 torpedo hits, and these are the heavy torpedoes of the Japanese submarines. So Hermes is heavily damaged. I mean, you can see heavily damaged and on fire, so this is likely to sink or yeah, I don't believe that it will survive, but in the dojo game I think it also happened. I'm not so sure if ever the Hermes sunk official, but the carrier is at least out of nowhere, super far away from Colombo, the next shipyard, so if it will not sink in the next 2 or 3 turns, it will be out of action for at least 2-3 months. So at least something. A potential sinking of a Hermes will maybe balance out all these losses I had with my zeros and with the cargo ships. If it's a good trade, hard to say. Hermes have normally not much combat value. It's more like a transport carrier or a very support carrier. Naja, so Palmbang, strike again. Fort level go down, but the base still can hold. But the casualties are mounting up for the Dutch, so maybe one more strike and then it's over. More bombardment here north of. And again, I lost one gun, but I can create much more damage for Jochen's forces. Now try to take Suva. I can reduce the fort, but I cannot break the defense. So we are very equally in the attack value, and I have only Navy Guard units, so these are not really the combat guys. And here is, I think, at least one. This New Zealand brigade. This is a military force, so this are really army guys. So my Navy guys are maybe not the best to take them out. So I can try it again, but I will. Maybe I have to bring the army division. And here is well, this attack failed, but cost me more or less nothing when the Americans or the Filipinos are still slowly falling apart, but very slow. So at the end it was not a good turn for me. At least Hermes was the right side for me, and maybe the event I have to celebrate. The rest is just so. So we arrive at the 15th of March, so half the month is already done. Air losses for me will be high. 19 zeros all killed on the ground, so this is and I have a zero production from 110 airplanes per month, so that is something. I can only say that Jochen also lost 7 airplanes for no impact from my side, so all operational losses. So kill ratio is roughly 3-1 for his favor. But losing 2 Catalinas is okay. I mean, good for me that he have less Catalinas. Still, of course, waste of airplanes. I only have the good outcome is that out of this 19 destroyed airframes, only 2 killed pilots and 4 wounded. So maybe normally 3 out of 4 will come back. So I lost maybe 3 pilots and 19 airframes. So very light pilot losses. So it will not hurt me too much in the long run. Last turn, official helm is sunk. I have no sinking sound, but maybe a question of time. You can see again, it's a slow one. The range is just so compared to the tonnage, 17,000 tons, so it's a very heavy one, but also nearly no protection. Only 20 capacity for the air wing, so the whole ship is old. In the prototype, or more or less maybe, yeah, the first of its kind, more or less hard to call it a real carrier. It's a light carrier, but even a light carrier is maybe too much a name for this ship. Good. So in China we had no activity, but next turn we have the big event. So next turn my army forces will cross the river. Then I will see how successful this attempt to break and bypass juncture will be. And it can be an all or nothing situation, or it can be a next stalemate. Maybe I can take the base but have high losses, and then I'm too weak to really continue. We will see. Here in the north I first give up the direct approach, so I will maybe make bombardment out of air and from the artillery and slow Jochen. At least I will cost him supplies and manpower. So, and this allow me, maybe if I keep him here busy and disable more and more squads on this side, less reinforcements can go to the center. The British forces are pulling in here north of Thailand, but so far not very aggressive, so I think Jochen will need more time to really show up on Bangkok in force. Then we will see. His carriers move north out of range for my potential airstrikes out of Bangkok. And Port Blair is now really broken. Everything is damaged and no supplies left. All supplies are destroyed. I just bring the supplies in and now everything is lost. I had here 45 air wing or 45 airframes. Only 27 are left, so the rest is destroyed. I have to repair all of them because I cannot fly them out. They're all damaged, and I cannot repair damaged airplanes if I don't have supplies. So I have to bring in supplies but I cannot bring in supplies if there's still the carriers around. So I maybe need to wait 2-3 turns and see how Jochen will react. Yeah, Battle of Palembang again. Always tactical victory, but the base still under Dutch control. But 1 or 2 more turns, and then it's hopefully over. And then similar to the China battle, how successful I can take the base, how much damage is at Palembang at the end. I rest in Darwin simply to get the fatigue down. There was the disruption was a little high, so maybe I try it also next turn. So maybe next turn is Battle of Darwin, Battle of Palembang, and Battle of China. So I don't know if I want all 3 battles at the same time. Could be a game changer turn, or could be a disaster. New Caledonian, nothing. Fiji, nothing. I cannot take on this New Zealand brigade with only Navy Guard units. I need the division to move in. So that will need 2-3 turns. I bring my carriers here north of Nomaya simply to see if there's any cargo shipping between New Caledonian and Brisbane or New Zealand, but looks Jochen stop all ship movement. I detect nothing more. So, and the hero of the day, or of the turn, it's a day, so it's a turn. I was parking here some submarines I was not sure where Jochen come out of this hex or out of this hex, but I was thinking that both of these lines are maybe way to Colombo. It looks like here are some ships, and these are British ships, so brown. And I don't know which submarine, not the Robo, the 153 was the successful guy. So there's still 3 ships, so Hermes is not dead so far, but hopefully soon. And with this damage, I think it's impossible for Jochen to enter the outer box, the frame, to return to Cape Town or wherever he wants. I think this is, I don't know if it's possible, maybe, but with this high flotation damage, I don't believe that he will do this. So he must return to Colombo, but Colombo is far, so I think he will go to Adudu. And this maybe give me the chance. So I was first thinking, okay, if Jochen will maybe stay with his carriers in the position of Port Blair, because I reactivated my carrier task force here in the Indian Ocean. Not so strong because missing 2 carriers. And I was hoping that maybe if I battle here over Port Blair and hurt his fighter wing, I could maybe go in with my carriers and then make a strike. But now he's moving away, so I think this opportunity is maybe over. But I can now try to use my carriers to come source of Cylon, and maybe, because with this flotation damage, I mean, if Hermes will sink in the next 2-3 turns, I don't need this more. But I can now move my carriers maybe here source and simply snipe out Hermes if it's going back to Colombo. Maybe I guess that Hermes the ship will go maybe 2 hexes per turn. So I have maybe 5-6 turns to arrive here in time. We will see. And I can, at the same time, I can also see how Jochen will use his carriers here west of Port Blair. But now I have no land-based support fighters more. I barely have the power to really fight with this carrier division. Even if they are maybe not so strong. But here are, I think, at least 2 carriers. I think at least 2 carriers, maybe more. Good. Thank you all. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.